Genius Shafi, if you're watching my video, if you haven't already included a banger soundtrack, go back to the office, start recording. Start recording. The soundtrack has to eat. Otherwise, none of us are going to be happy. We are going to have problems. We are going to have beef. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's the one and only your girl, the cartoon hotspot. And in today's video, we are actually going to be reacting to and analyzing the Winx Club reboot trailer. The Winx franchise refuses to die. It's actually been a whole 20 years and Winx is still going on. You know what? I commend their persistence. Like, I genuinely kudos to you, Eugenio, because after many failed attempts, you just won't give up. And that's not to say that I'm complaining, because let's be real, like, I grew up with Winx Club. Winx Club is my show. The Winx, they raised me. I may have a biological mother, but the Winx, they raised me into the woman that I am today, right? Those are mothers. So long story short, how we wound up in this position, Winx Club partnered up with Viacom and they just ruined the franchise, if I do say so myself. The writing quality of Winx Club kind of decreased drastically, and fans were just losing faith. Like, we went from having great writing, mature storylines from season 1 to 3 and the movie, and partially season 4, to just having everything reversed from season 4 onwards. They tried with World of Winx, that Netflix spin-off that got cancelled. Fate the Winx Saga, the live action remake, was cancelled at season 2. Let's be honest, that was never good. It was just trash entertainment, which I was seated for, by the way, but that was never great. Now we have a 3D animated reboot, which should, you know, retell Bloom's origin story and refine a few things here and there without making it too similar to the original 2D animated show, but also having a few changes here and there. I'm kind of intrigued. There is space for them to mess it up because, like I said, they've had numerous failed projects. So who's to say this one won't flop as well? I'm not even trying to be negative. I'm just being realistic. Okay, somebody had to say it. Someone has to say it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is G, and I like to make video essays on various medias that I enjoy, such as Miraculous Ladybug, Winx Club, The Legend of Korra, Avatar: The Last Airbender, you name it. And I like to analyze them from a writer's perspective. So if that's something you're interested in, why don't you subscribe, give this video a like, and click that bell button for post notifications. Without further ado, let's begin. A number of you have actually pointed at the posters in my last video. Like, I reacted to the Miraculous London special, so I had a Lady Noir poster, and a lot of you just pointed it out. I'm gonna start tagging the artist. I got this at MCM London. It's a convention that's held like every October and May. I bought it last year. It was so worth the money. The artist is so talented. So yeah, I'm gonna tag her and leave her link down in the description box below. Okay, interesting. So we have Bloom riding her bike and going to the park like in the original series. But then when she arrives at the park, obviously we know in the original series, she encounters Stella fighting the ogre Nut. This time it's Stella and Flora. Don't jump me, Flora stands, because I know you guys like to tussle for your girl. Like, don't fight me. Why is she there? Like, why is she there? What is the purpose of her being there? Before you guys say, oh, to give her more substance, to give her more plot, because she was barely involved in the original series. There are other ways to actually include a character, but I really feel like, and I'm not trying to sound like those annoying nostalgic fans, but I really feel like just having Stella there was more important, and it just emphasizes the friendship between Stella and Bloom. Like, hello, the pilot of Winx Club is literally called An Unexpected Event. So Bloom just happened to find herself in the park and encounter Stella, who is fighting the ogre who wants to take her scepter, because obviously the Tricks think the scepter contains the dragon flame. So why is Flora there? Okay, let me just keep watching. Her outfit is so tea. Like, I know it's similar to the outfit she wore in the original show, but I am loving the jeans. Like, her outfit, girl, you need to give me an outfit, because it's tea. I don't want to be rude, but the voice actor for Bloom is not giving. I know I can't judge based on like a 2-second like scene, but I feel like part of the reason why I love the original Winx Club show is because the voice actors were so unique and it fit each and every one of their characters. Like Bloom's voice actor, especially the 4Kids one, Lisa Jacqueline, like she had that very soft one-sided nature of Bloom, but she also had that fiery temper that Bloom possesses. And I think she conveyed those two sides, the duality of Bloom, so well. That did not sound like fiery Bloom. Let's keep watching.
We're here for you. For me? You need to come with us.
What do you mean you're here for her? Also, Stella is not giving. And is that that better not be the scepter of Celeria? Absolutely not. We are not doing this. You're telling... No, absolutely not. I'm so sorry. You cannot convince me that is the scepter of Celeria. If that is the case, scrap it. Scrap it right now, Eugenio Straffi. I am also not feeling the magic Winx forms. The wings look plastic. Like, they don't look nice at all. But to touch upon when Stella said, "We're here for you," Stella and Flora are actually searching for a magic bearer on Earth. And I don't like that. I'm just going to straight up say I don't like it at all. Because I feel like that removes the whole mystery of like who is the bearer of the dragon flame. That is what intrigued me in the original show. That is what absolutely gagged me. If they are out there looking for Bloom, they already know who she is. So that automatically removes all the tension, all the dramatic irony, a lot of character development as well, if I'm being honest. How do they plan on retelling her origin story? I'm so intrigued, but at the same time, I don't like this decision. I think they should have kept the pilot as strictly as close to the original source material and then change a few things here and there. Yeah, I don't like Flora being there. I don't like them looking for her and they automatically know who she is. At least that's what I'm assuming from this trailer, because they said, "We're here for you." Yeah, and they need to change Stella's magic Winx design. Like, that is not my Fairy of the Shining Sun. Absolutely not.
Come with you? Magic exists here. Woohoo! And I came to learn it. We'll teach you everything we've learned.
Were there witches at Althea? Because if I rewind a little bit, I'm pretty sure I saw a few like witches. So are they doing a whole thing where like Cloud Tower is completely scrapped and witches can attend Althea? Is that what they're doing? I don't mind that. Just a bit curious.
We'll teach you everything we've learned.
Aisha is there. First season. I'm sorry guys, it feels like I'm nitpicking everything. And it feels like, damn, like, did you even try to be happy? Yes, I did. Trust me, I am trying. I don't hate it, but I'm curious as to why she's there. I'm gonna let them cook. For all intents and purposes, my thoughts could be wrong, okay? They might decide to make some strange writing decisions, but it might turn out to be pretty good. Who knows? But I feel like Aisha being there from the beginning is a very interesting choice that I don't hate, but they need to be very, very careful with how they decide to write her. Aisha was the best written character in the original show, argue with the wall. And Aisha turning up in season 2 is kind of a big part of her character because she's a new girl, she's trying to fit in, she is dealing with her issues of abandonment and loneliness. Her being there from the beginning was gonna be her character. I'm not saying that's her entire character and it should only be her character. You can retell a character in any way you like. I really do hope they don't like erase it, because why I didn't like Fate the Winx Saga is because Aisha was there from the beginning and they just completely erased her character, removed her princess status, made her Bloom's like stereotypical black best friend who's just always looking out for Bloom and doesn't really have a character of her own. That is my concern.
I'm so excited to meet all of you. We know so.
I don't know if I'm liking this voice acting. Again, it's just a trailer, but I feel like it sounds very flat and robotic. Like, we know so. I'm so excited to be here. It's giving the later Barbie movies. Like, you know, the old, like the later Barbie movies post, like, I don't know, Princess Charm School or something. So like, we're talking 2016, 2017, 2018 up until now, the Barbie movies. Like, it's given that voice acting. No shade, but you can very much tell the difference between 2011 Barbie movies and 2020 Barbie movies, other than the animation. Like, you can tell there's a big difference.
We know this isn't easy. Blue, no! But hard things never are.
The tricks are serving cunt. Okay, I know majority of the budget went to animating the tricks. Like, they are serving. See the way they strutted? Like, they own the place? You go. Yeah, they're easily the best part of this trailer. No shade.
Burning sun! You must discover.
Yeah, that's definitely the Scepter of Celeria. Magical artifacts in Winx Club are so important in terms of like how they're designed because they're like integral to the world building. Not to sound very territorial, but who is the target audience for this reboot? Is it a case where they're trying to, you know, re-attract the older audience, like the audience that grew up with Winx, or are they strictly just trying to appeal to newer audiences? Because it's very unclear. Because on one hand, I don't see much of the older audience enjoying this. Basically what I'm trying to get at is, and I don't want to say this because it might be a bit controversial, but I kind of have to say it because I'm just interested to hear other people's thoughts. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way, maybe I'm not. But I feel like we see less and less 3D animated shows nowadays, and that is for a reason. Obviously, other than the fact that it's extremely expensive to produce, 2D animation just takes relatively less time than 3D animated series. But also, I've spoken to like a couple of people, right? Some of my friends who occasionally watch cartoons. And when I was showing them like a 3D animated series, they're like, they can't take it seriously because it looks so like kiddie. And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, they just take 2D animated series more seriously because like look at all the 3D animated shows like Sophia the First, Elena of Avalor. Miraculous Ladybug is sort of an exception, but at the same time it kind of falls within the time frame of when Elena of Avalor and all of those other shows that I mentioned were created, like 2015, so they get a pass. But it's like when I thought about it, I was like, that is true. I barely watch 3D animated series, not because like I'm not interested in watching them, but because there are significantly less of them. Other than Arcane, which is a 3D animated series, that's about it that I know of. At least I don't see this like attracting the former audience of Winx. I feel like we saw more 3D animated shows in like the early 2000s, but like it's 2024 right now. Audiences are ever changing, so streaming platforms, companies are going to tailor towards audience preferences, which is probably 2D animated shows with like various mixed techniques. 3D animation is gorgeous, but you can definitely do more with 2D animation. Like take Carmen Sandiego for instance. Its animation style is so simple yet so magnetic at the same time. Something about it just drew me into it, despite the fact the animation style is just very simplistic. Same with Avatar The Last Airbender. So I feel like 3D animated series really would have to compete a lot with the likes of certain animated shows that use 2D animation. But I don't know if I'm really feeling this animation for Winx, so I feel like it should have just stuck with the 2D animation but a different style.
But what does Winx mean? Nothing, just Winx.
Oh, nostalgia. First of all, they turned Kiko into a book. Kiko, I will avenge you. Okay, just final thoughts on this. They did my girl Musa absolutely dirty. She deserved better. And I get they were trying to go for her original pigtails. I don't think it looks nice in the 3D animation. I feel like I liked her concept art or concept design way more than I like her final design. Yikes. The Winx are not really giving fashionista. I'm sorry. I don't think Stella, Fairy of the Shining Sun, would wear that. Flora's outfit is nice. Techno is serving cunt. I like Aisha's outfit too, and I love her braids. They did this for me. I think those are my thoughts actually. Am I excited for the Winx reboot? Yes, I am. Am I apprehensive? Absolutely. There's so much that can go wrong, but there's also so much that can go right. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's been several attempts upon several attempts and neither have been successful. So I really do hope this one is successful, but I really don't know how the audience will respond to this. I think they might tune in for season 1 and be like, nah, I'ma head out. It's not like the animation is bad, but I definitely do feel like, and maybe I might just give them a bit of grace because I don't think this is like the final version. I think they just needed to release something for the trailer, but in the final version it will look a bit more polished. But I feel like the expressions on each of the Winx's face look a bit flat and dull, and I'm no animator, so I definitely do need to learn more about this. It's something I'm interested in, especially if I want to work in the animation industry, but on the writer's side. But like, it's something about it, it's just like it's given very dull and stiff, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know how they're going to tell Bloom's story. I think that's the thing I'm most apprehensive and kind of worried about, because again, it's the entire conflict of the series. It's a central dramatic question. And what I mean by the central dramatic question, it's a concept we learn in screenwriting. It's basically the core issue or dilemma that drives the narrative of a story. In the original show, the central dramatic question, well, there were kind of three, but the main central dramatic question was, will Bloom discover her origins and find her parents, right? And at the end of the arc, she did in the movie. So if Flora and Stella are the ones looking for Bloom, like they know who she is and they just happen to be on Earth because they were looking for a specific power, like a very strong power, that automatically just removes all of the tension, and it's just like, okay, we know we found the fairy of the dragon flame. I don't know how they're gonna spin this. We need to remember, like in the original series, we meet Bloom in episode 1, obviously, and then we discover she is the holder of the dragon flame in episode 10. Well, kind of. It's the Tricks discovered she's the holder of the dragon flame, but we have no idea what that is until like episode 18 when she loses the dragon flame. Like, we learn about her backstory, and then in episode 21, basically towards the end of the season, we discover how Daphne sacrificed herself, why Bloom ended up on Earth. All of that was built over time. But if Stella and Flora are just looking for this entity on Earth and they're like, oh, we came here looking for you, we need to go back to Althea, what's the point? But maybe I'm just nitpicking. Maybe I just need to take off my nostalgia cap and just enjoy the series for what it is. Maybe I'm not the target audience, so I just need to, relax. Like, let's get you back to bed, Grandma. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts. One final thing that I need to mention. The soundtrack needs to eat. I am coming for you, Eugenio Straffi, if the soundtrack does not deliver. My favorite part of Winx was the soundtrack. Like, do you know how hyped I was to hear Winx Club, Stella, 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 ray of light? That was a banger. I'm sorry. They ate. Eugenio Straffi, if you're watching my video, if you haven't already included a banger soundtrack, go back to the office, start recording. Start recording. Call Eliza Rosselli. I am not playing. The soundtrack has to eat. Otherwise, none of us are going to be happy. We are going to have problems. We're going to have beef. So yeah, that was me reacting to the trailer. Those were my thoughts. That was my analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But now I am interested in your thoughts. What do you think of the trailer? How excited are you for the Winx Club reboot? Let me know down in the comments below. But as for today, that's it from me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!